and just doubting my own ability, you know. Unfortunately, the only way to get better with music is to play music. Well, I said unfortunately, that is a good thing. Just continue playing music. Does that answer the question?
Yeah. But
Okay.
what is your main inspiration for your song?
For
your songs, what is your main inspiration, main idea in your lyrics?
Everyday life. What I see, what I hear, what people, in conversations, what people say to me. Hearing something. Yeah. Language. Sounds. It can also be sounds. You hear a rhythmic pattern. Yeah, the classic thing is the sound of a train. You hear that. I mean, birds. If you're walking in the woods, I like to do that. You know, you can find inspiration everywhere. The thing is to keep your eyes and ears open, as simple as that sounds. Keep your eyes and ears open all the time for sound.
Okay.
I'll talk a little bit now about the song I just played. If you're going to be on stage alone, playing harmonica, normally you're playing guitar. If, for example, as a solo instrument or piano, it's easy to accompany yourself. If you're playing harmonica, you're on stage all alone. It's very important to make sure you have everything that you need on stage. So, preparation. Doing as many things as you can to prepare yourself before you actually get on stage. Are your instruments okay? Have you checked them out? Are they in tune? Are they in good working order? In other words, once you get on stage, because you're alone, I play a lot in bands, and if I have a problem, I can just look over there like that, and the guitar player can do something. If you're up here by yourself, if anything happens, you're on your own. So preparation is very important. Making yourself comfortable on stage. You have to decide if you're going to, for example, if you're going to stand up or sit down. This makes a tremendous difference. Standing up, sitting down is a traditional way to play this kind of music. Jimmy Rogers called it orange gut bucket music, orange box music. They call it orange box music because they used to, in the South, they would sit on orange crates and play. If you're sitting down, it's easier to do this. I'll demonstrate it. It's easier to play alone if you're going to sit down. Because you must accompany, if you're going to accompany yourself, you have to have, my whole thing is rhythm, okay? You have to have a rhythmic thing going. It's the distance between here and here is less. So if you're putting your foot up like this, the chair supports part of your leg, so it's physically easier. The first time I played alone, I guess was in, it's 1996, something like that, 97. I played for 15 minutes and I was completely exhausted because I didn't know physically how to do it. If you're sitting down, it's easier. I can do that all day because of the distance. But it's also, I think one is physically more imposing if one is standing up. It just, I was sitting down for quite a while, and because it is easier, especially if you have a long concert, and you have to play alone for, say, 45 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes. If you're sitting down, it's physically easier. So I was doing it until I saw, and you can see this on YouTube, old film of the great harmonica player Sonny Boy Williamson playing alone, and he was standing up, and it was, wow, you know, because you get see the whole body of the person. It's better, it looks better to stand up. I think in a way it's not challenging the audience, but I don't know, it's something about it. Personally, I just think it's more effective to stand up than to sit down. But that's something that you'll have to decide, because it usually is. I thought that it was easy to make that decision once I got on stage, and I was sitting down, and I said, well, I was standing up. I said, well, I'm going to sit down. But well, there's no chair. They have to get a chair. Everything has to be rearranged. So you have to make up your mind what you're going to do. But I find it's better to get used to playing standing up. Now, as far as what I was doing, you have to bring variety, as much variety as you can, into your sound. If you're going to play alone. I'll do something. I was using an F sharp here. I'll use a C harmonica because I see a lot of people are taping, and maybe you won't have, it's easier to get a C harmonica. It's a very old Marine Band Deluxe prototype, actually. But it still works. But I'll use this. As far as you have to bring variety into what you're doing. So what I did was I used volume for variety, so louder and softer. Then you bring the audience to what you're doing if you change the volume. In other words, you have to think of as many things as you can do to keep the audience with you. Louder and softer is something. Faster and slower, changing the tempo. Changing the sound of what you do by using different keys. For example, I do things with low F sharp harmonica. You can use a low G harmonica. Play things in using a B harmonica. So, in other words, these tones all sound different. If you, for example, take just a standard B flat. And I'll play the same thing using a B harmonica. Color. It's what you see is a lot of people they always play in the same key, or they play a lot on one or two keys. Open up your, if you think of yourself as a painter, you want to use the entire color palette. Open up what you're doing by using different harmonicas, or playing in different keys, however you decide to do that. It's very important. It gives, because the ear is more finely tuned than we think. And this gives you a real advantage as far as bringing variety into what you're doing. Any questions about that? or anything else?
Yes, sir. You always do the rhythm with your feet
Yes.
because it sounds louder, no? Always, and it's not a problem.
What do you mean? I don't understand. the
Between
question.
the sound here, it's loud,
Mhm.
and here sometimes it's low.
Oh, in other words, sometimes the foot tapping is louder than
Yeah.
the harmonica?
Yes, right.
Really?
Today.
I did that on purpose. Well, I mean, you can do that on purpose, because that also is an effect. That is an effect. You should, I mean, it's, in principle, you should always hear the harmonica.
Yes, right.
Yeah, you should always hear the harmonica. So if you're not, then I won't say I made a mistake, but, yeah.
Normally you have a microphone, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what do you, if I'm playing live?
Yes.
If I'm playing live, of course, I'm using usually a house PA system. There's a vocal microphone.